Let's talk about the WNBA and the CBA.
If a WNBA highlight gets millions of views on social media, who actually benefits from that attention? Moments from professional sports now spread instantly across platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. These clips generate views, engagement, and conversation across the internet. But behind these viral moments, there are also important conversations happening about labor, value, and fairness in sports. Right now, the Women's National Basketball Association is negotiating a collective bargaining agreement with its players, and social media is playing a major role in shaping how the public understands those negotiations. In this video, I'm going to explore how influencers, algorithms, and platform business models shape the social media discourse surrounding the WNBA CBA's agreement. A collective bargaining agreement, often called a CBA, is a contract between a sports league and the players' union. It determines things like salaries, working conditions, benefits, and how revenue is shared between the leagues and athletes. In the case of the WNBA, these negotiations happen between the League of the Women's National Basketball Players Association, which represents the players. These negotiations are important because they determine how the economic value generated by the league is distributed. Many WNBA players have argued that the league has grown in popularity and cultural relevance in recent years. There has been an increase in media attention, fan engagement, and social media visibility. Because of that growth, players are pushing for higher salaries, improved benefits, and larger share of the revenue generated by the league. For example, recent proposals from the Players Union ask for around 25 to 30% of the league's gross revenue to go to player salaries. This would significantly increase player compensation compared to the current system, where salaries are limited by a relatively small salary cap. However, critics sometimes argue that salaries should be based strictly on the league's total revenue. This debate has become very visible online, especially on social media platforms. If a new agreement is not reached, the start of the 2026 WNBA season could potentially be affected, and players have even authorized the possibility of a strike if negotiations break down. These negotiations are also shaped by influential players within the league who speak publicly about labor issues and league growth. One example is Nafisa Collier, who has been a leading voice with the Players Union. Players like Collier help represent athletes' concerns about salaries, benefits, and revenue sharing during negotiations. At the same time, star players such as Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson have become central figures in the league's popularity and media attention. When these players perform well or go viral online, they attract viewers, sponsors, and media coverage, which contributes to the league's growth. This combination of athletic performance and media visibility gives players additional influence in discussions about how the league's economic value should be distributed. Social media platforms have become a major space where people discuss and debate WNBA salaries. Posts on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube often simplify complex labor negotiations into short, viral arguments. Some posts emphasize the idea that players are underpaid and deserve more recognition. Other posts argue that the salary should reflect the financial performance of the league. These simplified debates spread quickly online and shape how audiences understand the issue. One concept we discussed in class is the idea of influencers. In today's environment, athletes are not only performers in their sports, they are also public figures who build large audiences on social media. Many WNBA players have significant followings online and regularly share highlights, interviews, and personal content with their fans. For example, players like Angel Reese have developed huge social media audiences. Her content reaches fans who may not even watch every WNBA game, which shows how athletes can attract attention beyond the sport itself. This kind of visibility is important because social media audiences often translate into sponsorship opportunities, brand partnerships, and media attention. In this way, athletes function similarly to influencers in the creator economy. They are not only athletes competing in games, but also public figures producing content that keeps audiences engaged with the league. This connects to what is often called creator economy. In the creator economy, individuals generate value through the content they produce online. When athletes post highlights, interviews, or behind the scenes content, they are creating media that attracts engagement and attention. That attention can benefit not only the players, but also the platforms and organizations connected to the content. Another important concept from our class is algorithms. Algorithms determine which content becomes visible on social media platforms. Because of this system, content that sparks strong reactions tend to travel further across platforms. Posts that create debate, outrage, or strong opinions often receive more engagement than posts that provide detailed explanations. This means that social media conversations about complex topics like collective bargaining agreements can become simplified or polarized. For example, many viral posts about WNBA salaries focus on direct comparisons between the WNBA and the NBA. These comparisons are easy to understand and generate strong reactions, which makes them more likely to spread through algorithmic systems. But they may not fully explain the financial structure or revenue models involved in professional sports. For example, videos comparing WNBA salaries to NBA salaries frequently go viral online. These videos generate strong reactions from viewers, which leads to more engagement. As a result, algorithms may promote these posts to even larger audiences. This process can shape how people understand the negotiations, even if the content does not provide full text about the issue. Another concept we discussed in class is platform business models. Social media platforms make money primarily through advertising. The more time users spend watching videos and interacting with content, the more valuable the platform becomes to advertisers. Because of this, platforms are designed to maximize engagement and attention. This connects to the idea of attention economy. In the attention economy, attention itself becomes a valuable source. When a sports highlight goes viral, it generates views, comments, and shares. That attention can benefit media companies, advertisers, and the platform hosting the content. For example, highlights featuring players like Asia Wilson often circulate widely across social media. What makes the WNBA negotiations particularly interesting is that the players contribute to multiple economic systems at the same time. They participate in traditional sports economy through games, ticket sales, and broadcasting, but they also contribute to the digital platform economy through social media visibility and engagement. This raises an important question about how value created through digital attention should be shared. The debate over the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement is about more than just salaries. It reflects broader questions about labor, visibility, and value in digital media environment. Influencers, algorithms, and platform business models all shape how audiences interpret these negotiations. The WNBA's negotiations highlight how professional sports are increasingly connected to social media platforms. Attention, engagement, and online influence are becoming just as important as traditional measures like ticket sales or television ratings. As social media continues to shape sports culture, questions about who benefits from that attention will become even more important. As the negotiations continue, the outcome will not only affect salaries and benefits, but also how value created through media attention and digital platforms is recognized within professional sports. So the next time a sports highlight goes viral online, it may be worth asking who is actually profiting from that moment.